हाँ, एक मिनट रुको। Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon and welcome to Exampur. Good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon to everyone on this platform. This is your Exampur IAS English Medium YouTube channel. And on this platform on today we will discuss some important question, and that question will related to geography section of your syllabus. Okay, so in today's session we will discuss the question of the geography, and I took the question from all section. I tried to took the question from all section like the oceanography, geomorphology, biogeography and climatology. Okay, and I hope you will enjoy this session, and this session will help you in your to enhance your understanding for your topic. Okay, so in today's session we will discuss some important question related to the geography, and questions has an important role in during the preparation. If you read or if you prepare any topic, so firstly prepare the topic with your syllabus, and according to syllabus prepare your topic, and then check your topic through the questions. So question has played important role, and you're the first stage of the examination also based on the MCQ or multiple choice question. So I suggest you always that try to solve the maximum MCQ on any particular topic. Okay, so firstly the way of the teaching is firstly understand, read and study the topic, and after the study or read again go on topic through the MCQs. Okay, so MCQ is important, and after solving the MCQs on any topic, then you should try to write the answer of the main examination. Okay, so not never try to write the answer without solving the MCQ, because MCQ is the best way to check your understanding and the point-wise understanding of any topic. Okay, so in today's session we will discuss some important MCQ of relevant topic for your examination. Okay, so this is your this session will very helpful for your preparation, and for you to understand to enhance the understanding of the topic. Okay, so let's move on the first question of the session. The first question of the session is related to the oceanic salinity. So firstly read the question, and then try to make the correct answer of this question. Okay, good afternoon Anju Sani. Good afternoon and welcome beta. Try to solve the question, and which of the following factors are affecting the ocean salinity? That means this question is related to the oceanic salinity. The first point is the evaporation, the second point is the freezing of ice, third point is the river, and the fourth point is the wind flow. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Okay, so in this question you have to find out, you have to check whether which phenomena is related to the oceanic salinity, which phenomena affect the oceanic salinity. So what is the oceanic salinity, and how the oceanic salinity is important for the oceanic circulation? Oceanic circulation, it is your topic. So firstly you should read the topic. Okay, so through this question, that question came from the topic that is the oceanic circulation. Oceanic circulation is an important topic for your examination. Okay, so oceanic circulation is an important topic. So question came from which topic? The topic name is the oceanic circulation. If you not study this topic till now, then you should go through this topic by your NCERT books and your sessions. Okay, so whatever material you have, you should go through this oceanic circulation, and the best material for the oceanic circulation is the NCERT. So firstly, you should read the NCERT. Okay, so evaporation, whether evaporation has effect on the oceanic salinity? Yes. Okay, what is the meaning of the evaporation? Evaporation is a phenomena in which the water of any oceanic body or any water body, due to the temperature, due to the oceanic, due to the solar radiation, when the water converts into the water vapor, then this phenomena is called the evaporation. So evaporation means, what is the evaporation? Evaporation is the phenomena in which, due to the solar radiation or the solar heat, water converts into the water vapor and move upward direction with air. It is called the evaporation. So if any water body is located at this particular, if suppose this is an water body and here evaporation is taking place, if the evaporation is taking place, that means the water of this region is converting into the water vapor, and this water vapor is moving upward direction. Okay, and the salt present in this water at the oceanic level, salt remains same at this particular place. Water evaporated but salt remains same, and the place where the rate of evaporation is high, then the salt accumulation of the salt in this zone is high, and that is why the salinity of this zone will become high. And the zone where the salinity, where the evaporation is less, if the suppose here is the evaporation is less, and evaporation is determined by the solar radiation. If the evaporation is less in this zone, then that means the rate of evaporation is less, that means the water conversion into water vapor is less. So the salinity or the salt, or you can say the concentration of the salt is relatively less, and that is why the salinity of this region is relatively low. So you can draw a conclusion where this evaporation rate of evaporation is high. If the rate of evaporation is high at any particular region, and this rate of evaporation is not balanced by the precipitation, if the rate of evaporation is not balanced by the precipitation, then if the rate of evaporation is high than the precipitation, that means here the salt accumulation is high and the salinity will become high. Salinity will become high. That means the evaporation has impact on the salinity. Evaporation has the impact on the salinity. If the evaporation is high, salinity will become high. Okay, evaporation is high, then salinity will become high. Okay, so it has impact. If the evaporation is low, then salinity would be less. Okay, freezing of the ice. Freezing of the ice. Consider this statement. Freezing of ice has any impact on the salinity? Is any impact is done by the freezing of ice on the salinity? Freezing of ice means that when the temperature decreases below the freezing point or the below the 0 degree Celsius, then water freezes into the ice. Water freezes into ice. If water freezes into ice, that means the salt accumulation will also be also with the ice, and there is a this has no direct impact on the salinity. It has no any direct impact on the salinity. Rivers. Okay, rivers. Rivers has relatively fresh water. Rivers has relatively fresh water. That means the oceanic salinity of the river's water is less than oceanic water's salinity. If river is merging with the ocean, or any river fall into ocean, that means the river is supplying the fresh water at that particular region. If the fresh water supply will enhance or the supply will increase at any water body, that means the salinity will decrease at that particular point. So rivers also has impact on the salinity of the ocean. So river also has impact. Wind flow. Wind flow also has impact. If the wind blowing is happening on any oceanic surface or the surface of the ocean, then wind carry, or you can say the water move along with wind with their direction. If the water moves along with rivers into wind's direction, that means the water, the high density water will increase at that particular region, or the high density water will accumulate at a particular region, and there the salinity will become high. And the region where the salinity, where the water is less in the quantity, or the water level will be decreased, water level at the decreasing point or the decreasing level, there water is filled up by at that particular place, the water will filled by the lower water, and that lower water is relatively fresh water, and that is why the salinity will become less at that particular end. So wind flow also has impact on the salinity. So evaporation, rivers, and the wind flow, all three has impact on the salinity, but freezing point of the ice does not have. So your correct answer should be the C of this question. The correct answer should be the C of this question. Okay. So this is your first question, and now we should move on the next question of this session is related to the tropical cyclone. So read this question carefully and try to respond this question. Okay, read this question carefully. The question is, consider the following statement regarding the tropical cyclones. The first statement of this question is, an eye forms in center of the cyclone having very high air pressure. Their intensity usually weakens when they make landfall. Which of the statement given above is correct? Which statement is correct that is given in this question? So read. Okay, so question is, consider the given statement, which the statement given in this, two statements is given in here in this question. So consider this statement, an eye form in the center of cyclone having very high air pressure. Second point is that their intensity usually weakens when they make landfall. Okay, so which statement is correct? Try to respond the answer of this question. Firstly, you know about that. You know about cyclone. Cyclone is generally a center of low pressure. It is not the center of high pressure. In general condition, you know that center of low pressure. Cyclone is generally the center of low pressure. And in this statement number 1, there is a mention that the center of cyclone or eye of the cyclone is very high, point of the very high pressure. And I means the center of the cyclone. I is basically the center of the tropical cyclone, and you know the center of tropical cyclone is basically the center of low pressure, not the high pressure. Okay, so it is not the pressure high pressure, it is the low pressure. Okay, so I think first statement is clearly wrong, and you are getting properly why this statement is completely wrong, because it is not the center of the of high pressure, it is the center of low pressure. Okay, so second statement, their intensity usually weakens when they make landfall. And in tropical cyclone, you studied that if the cyclone is moving on the oceanic surface or the sea surface, then there is a phenomena that is called the evaporation is taking place. And during the evaporation, the latent heat will circulate oceanic mechanism or entire oceanic cyclonic system. You can understand here. When tropical cyclone is moving on the oceanic surface, there is a evaporation or evaporation process taking place. If the evaporation is taking place on the oceanic surface, that means during the evaporation or with the water vapor, there is a latent supply of the latent heat will continue. If any cyclone is moved up onto land surface, So there is a disruption in the evaporation. If the disruption in the evaporation is take place, that means the latent heat, or you can say the supply of heat, will be disrupted. Okay, if the supply of the heat will disrupted to the oceans, to the cyclonic system, that means cyclone is started to collapse. Okay, so cyclone will weaken at the surface, land surface, and the cyclone becomes stronger at the oceanic surface or sea surface. Why this comparison? Why this change? You can say the why this phenomena is happening due to the supply of heat or the supply of energy. When the cyclone is moving on the oceanic surface, then the supply of the heat through the latent heat is continue, and when the cyclone arrived or the cyclone reached at the land surface, the supply of the heat by the through the latent heat will disrupted. If this disruption is taking place, that means cyclone will not continue, or the cyclone cyclone would not able to continue all the system. Okay, because energy supply will disrupted. So cyclone will become weakened at when it make the landfall. Okay, so this statement is correct statement. Second statement is correct. First statement is not correct, and your answer should be the B. Your answer should be B. B is the correct answer. Okay, the B is the correct answer. So understand here what is the mechanism of the tropical cyclone. Firstly, understand here tropical cyclone. What is the tropical cyclone? Firstly, you should know about the what is the cyclone. Cyclone is basically a center of the low pressure. Cyclone is basically a center of the low pressure. Okay, it is the center of the low pressure. And how this center of low pressure is developed? There is a many phenomena or many factors which you can say collectively works for the formation of a cyclone. If the all factors does not apply collectively, then there is a no suitable condition will arise for the formation of any cyclonic condition. So what is the cyclone? Cyclone in general condition, you should know cyclone is a center of low pressure. And if there is any center of the low pressure, suppose it is the center of the low pressure, that means if it is the low pressure, that means the isobars which is found around this center, it is in increasing manner. Suppose if it is the center of low pressure, then this isobar is relatively higher pressure of the higher pressure. What is the isobar? Isobar is basically an imaginary line which join the same atmospheric pressure zone. So if it is the high pressure, when we move from center to outward, that means the high pressure will increase, and this condition or this zone is the center of the high pressure. And in your basic concept of circulation, or in the basic concept of the atmospheric circulation, you studied that always winds move always from high pressure toward low pressure. Winds always move from high pressure to low pressure. If it is the center of low pressure, that means it is surrounded by the high pressure. And if it is surrounded by the high pressure, that means it is the suitable condition that from high pressure to low pressure, winds will started to move. Okay. If the winds started to move at the center of any particular place, so due to the Coriolis impact, wind does not move in a straight way. Due to the Coriolis impact or the Coriolis force, winds does not move in a straight way. It always deflected from a straight way, and it always move into circular path, not in the straight manner. Okay, if the wind's moving in this way, that means in the northern hemisphere, if the wind moving according to the Farrell's law, due to the Coriolis impact, winds move up into its right toward, and that is why this wind started to move in this manner. If the wind started to move in this manner, then it create a circulation, or it create a circulatory motion of at this center, and due to this circulatory motion, wind started to move upward direction, and wind started to move us in ascending condition. So you can understand here, it is the center of the low pressure, and due to the center of the low pressure, wind started to converge at that particular low pressure center. And if the wind started to move, if wind started to converge at this area, due to the impact of the Coriolis force, according to the Federal's law, wind or the wind converges into the circulatory manner. And if the wind converges at the circulatory manner, wind started to move into upward direction in circulation. Okay, so this is the zone where the wind converges and started to move upward direction in this manner. Okay, so this is the origin of the cyclone. You can say this is the origin of the cyclone. So here is a 2 point that you should keep in your mind. The first point is at cyclone is the center of low pressure. The first point, center of low pressure, and many times you will face this type of the point in your examination. And the second of this cyclone, when you move from center to outward, when you move from center to outward, what will happen? You see that the value of isobar will increase. The value of the isobar will increase. Why? If the center, suppose this is the zone of the 800 millibar isobar, then it would be always more than this, 810 millibar, 820 millibar, 830 millibar. So it could be as a statement, when we move from center to outward in any cyclonic condition, what will happen with the atmospheric pressure? Then your answer should be when we move from center to outward, the atmospheric pressure always increases. Okay, so value of the isobar will increase. That means the atmospheric pressure will always increases when we move from center to outward. So keep this point in your mind, and this is very important point for examination. It could be asked in your examination. Okay, so this is cyclone, and the cyclone can be divided into 2 parts. If the cyclone is developed at the tropical region, that means it is the tropical cyclone. If the cyclone develops at the temperate zone, it is called the temperate cyclone. So this question is regarding to tropical cyclone. That means this cyclone which develops between the tropics. This cyclone develops between the tropics. Okay, not beyond the tropics. What is the tropics? Tropics of Cancer, Tropic of Cancer, and Tropic of Capricorn. And this tropical cyclone, this is for the development of this tropical cyclone, some essential conditions are required, in which the first essential condition that is required, that is the large extensive surface requires for the development of this tropical cyclone. So first is the large extensive homogeneous surface. You can add here, this is the large extensive homogeneous surface is required, and this type of the surface is only found at the oceanic surface. It does not found on the land surface, because land surface is not homogeneous in the nature. This is the heterogeneous nature, and it is uneven in nature. Okay, so first condition is the large extensive homogeneous surface is required, and the second thing that is required for the development of the tropical cyclone, that is high temperature. Okay, so high temperature is another essential thing for the development of the tropical cyclone. Okay, so you should know these 2 points. You should keep these points in your account, in your mind. Okay, so how this cyclone develops here, quickly we understand here. If this is the center of the low pressure, that means this has the suitable condition for movement of the winds. This has the suitable condition for movement of the wind. If the wind is moving in this manner, that means at the center, wind is started to move upward direction in the circulatory manner. If the wind is started to move upward direction, and this is the zone where the evaporation is taking place, because this is the zone of the high temperature. If the evaporation is taking place at this condition in this region, that means these winds has humidity. These are the humid winds. And if this humid wind is moving in upward direction after a certain height, they started to condense. And if the condensation is taking place at this particular region, after some time, there is a precipitation will continue. precipitation will continue at this zone. Okay, so this zone is called the eye of cyclone. This zone that is located at the central part, this is called the eye of the cyclone. Okay, and when this cyclone moves on and this cyclone move onto land surface, this evaporation will disrupt it, and this evaporation will disrupt it. If the evaporation will disrupt it, then the cyclone will become weaker. This cyclone will become weaker, and that is why this second statement is correct and the first statement is wrong. I hope you understand this point. And the next question that is related to the geomorphology. Read this question very carefully. This is not very difficult question. This is the easy question, and you should respond correctly of this question. Which of the following are correctly matched? Mechanism and process, and one side is rock. One side is the mechanism and process, and another side is rock. Which rock is made by which mechanism or which process, and which is correctly matched? Mechanically formed sedimentary rock, sandstone. Organically formed sedimentary rock, rock salt. Chemically formed sedimentary rock, shale. Select the correct answer using the code given below. ठीक है? Read the question and try to respond. Read the question. देखो, sandstone, rock salt, shale. Okay, shale, rock salt, and sandstone. Sandstone is made by the mechanically form of the sedimentary rock. Mechanical process. The mechanism is mechanism for the formation of the sandstone. Yes, there is a mechanical process is developed in the formation of the sandstone. Okay, so first statement or the first matching is correctly matched. Organically formed sedimentary rock is rock salt. Rock salt, if you consider the rock salt or the salting nature or the salt nature is not due to the organic element, it is due to the chemical elements. If any sodium chloride, potassium chloride or magnesium chloride or any other rock or any other salt is accumulated at the any rock, if any rock has a porous rock, if any rock is a porous rock, that means the water can be dissolved and water can be passed through that particular rock. That rock has the pores, and water evaporated and the salt present in water accumulate with this rock. That means this rock would be converted as the salt rock. So salt cannot accumulated through the organic component. So salt accumulated through the chemical element or the chemical process, and that is why the rock salt is not a organically formed the sedimentary rock. It is a chemically formed sedimentary rock. It is the chemically formed sedimentary rock, and you can guess easily. You can use your common sense in such type question. And the last one, chemically formed sedimentary rock is shale. Now, shale is the rock which has fuel. If you understand the shale gas, shale rocks, shale gas is the modern fuel at the present time in America or the developed countries has mechanism to use the shale as a fuel. And if we use the fuel, it is the shale gas. That means this is the organically formed. So third statement is also not correct. Second statement is also not correct. This is the organically formed and this is the chemically formed. So second and third both are wrong. Only one is the correct answer of this question. Only one is correct. Okay. So correct answer is only one. That is the mechanically formed sedimentary rock is the sandstone, and all remaining both are not correct. Rock salts are chemically formed and the shale are organically formed. Okay, so only one is the correct answer of this question. If you're any known person is preparing for civil services examination or other examination, other competitive examination in Hindi, then there is a Exampur in the NCERT batch in Hindi. Okay, that is called the mantra batch, and you can suggest that particular that person to take the admission to admit in this batch, and this batch is very beneficial, and this batch is completely dedicated to NCERT, and the entire team is dedicated to NCERT of this batch, and they are doing very well. They are doing in very systematic manner, and they are trying to, the teachers or the team are trying to deliver the things in topic wise, not at chapter wise. Okay, so this is very useful batch. You can suggest, and in this batch there is a 40% discount is running at the present time, and use the NCERT 44, and this batch will you get in 2399 instead of the 3999. The course fee is 3999, but at the present time there is an offer, and due to this offer you will get 2399. Okay, so this is very useful thing for you. You should suggest this batch to your known person. And from tomorrow onward, I will start to NCERT geography. I will start NCERT geography on same platform, on this YouTube channel. Okay, so join the tomorrow session at the 8 a.m. at the morning 8 a.m. Join my session, and in this session I will discuss how to read the NCERT books and which books are very important for NCERT, and how to read NCERT, which book you should read firstly, and what should be the combination of the NCERT during your preparation of NCERT. Okay, so in tomorrow's session, don't forget to join tomorrow's session at the 8 a.m. In this session, I will teach you, I will suggest you how to read NCERT. Okay, so NCERT reading, to know the way of NCERT reading is very important instead of the reading of NCERT. Sometimes you you get the bore. Okay, you feel the boring. Why we read this type of book? This is the book of the children. Okay, this is the book of the school time. Why we should read? So you don't know how to read the NCERT because you don't know the best combination of the NCERT books. Okay, I think I will discuss these things in tomorrow's session at 8 a.m. on this platform. So don't forget to join that session. And after that session, I will start the NCERT geography. Okay, I will start NCERT geography on that on same platform. So if the people have any problem in the NCERT geography, your problem will remove. Your problem will erase. Your problem will solve after watching that sessions. Okay, so this is in Hindi. This NCERT batch is very essential. You should join this batch if you are preparing in Hindi medium. Okay, and Exampur is providing you many important things on its application. Exampur official application has many distinct features. Okay, has many distinct features, and that distinct feature for that features or for that benefits you are paying in your you are paying for paying in the market, and Exampur is providing all the things at the free of cost at its application. And at the application, Exampur official application, you will get all the paid batches. Okay, all paid batches at the nominal fee, and with the paid batches you will get the free quizzes, free subject-wise quizzes. This is the very essential and very important. You can see the distinct feature of this application. Topic-wise quizzes, you will get the topic-wise quizzes with your report card. Okay, with report card you will get this thing. All the job alerts and the admit cards or the notification related to the examination you will get at this platform. And the second important thing which are important for any aspirant for any examination, if you are preparing for any examination, previous year question paper is according to me, previous year paper is the mirror for preparation of any examination. If you want to prepare for any examination, firstly, you should go through previous year question paper, because on the assessment of previous year question paper, you can assess yourself what level of the preparation is required for that particular examination, and where are you, and how much amount of the work is needed for preparation for any examination or for your examination of your choice. Okay, so this is important thing. And here, free all India scholarship test with report card. Exampur will conduct the free all India scholarship test. If you are interested in this type of the scholarship test, you can join this application. You can download this application and register yourself with your mobile and email ID. Okay, topic wise free live classes will also available on this platform. Free full length and the sectional test with report cards. You will get the free full length test. Okay, and with report card. Free exam wise PDF and the practice sets, and daily, weekly, and monthly current affairs. That is very important feature of this application. You will get the daily, monthly. That means you are getting the daily, monthly, and weekly current affairs on this application. You are getting the most questions for your practice. You are getting the proper quizzes. You are getting scholarship test, and you are getting a lot of question for your practice. Okay, so this is the distinct feature of this application, and you should join this application. And for to get the benefit of these features, you have to download Exampur official application from your mobile Play Store and register yourself with your mobile or email ID. Okay, this is important information for you. So you should join. You should download the Exampur application. The next question of this session is methane hydrates can be found in which of the following locations? Beneath permafrost, shallow sediments along continental margins. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Okay, using the code given below. The methane hydrates can be found in which of the following locations? Read this question and try to respond. Read this question. Methane hydrates can be found in which of the following locations? Okay, methane is the gas. Methane is a gas which is very important, which has a crucial role in the greenhouse gas. In the greenhouse gas effect, has the crucial role in the greenhouse gas effect. Methane is a greenhouse gas, and which intensity is more than carbon dioxide. Yani highly intense gas which has more effect in greenhouse gas than the carbon dioxide. Okay, and it has more intensity, or you can say 30 to 35 times more intensity than the carbon dioxide. Okay, and this gas is basically found at that particular region which has the marshy land. The area which has the marshy land. Okay, this gas generated from that marshy land, and that marshy land where the water accumulated, water is stored at that particular region, and there is an organic compound which has rotten, which the organic compound is going through the rotten process, then such type of the methane gas will evolve, and methane gas will emit at that particular region. Okay, so methane gas has some natural resources. Methane gas has some natural source of origin, and it also has some anthropogenical source. Okay, so the permafrost, beneath the permafrost are the area of the ice covered zone. Beneath the ice covered zone, there is a marshy land. There is a marshy condition is found, and that from that marshy zone, this methane hydrates will emit it. Shallow sediments along continental margins. If there is a continental margins is found in this region, and there is a shallow sediments is found. In these sediments, there is a organic compound is also present. If there is the organic compound is also present, then this is also the suitable condition for generation of the methane hydrates. So both statement or the both zone are favorable for methane, for the emission of the methane hydrates. So your answer should be the C. Okay, so C would be the correct answer, and we should move on the next question. And this question is related to the monsoon. This question is related to the monsoon and not for the this is not for related to the general monsoon. So read the question carefully and then try to respond. The question is, consider the following statements regarding the northeast monsoon. The question is regarding the northeast monsoon. Its onset occurs subsequent to the withdrawal of southwest monsoon. It is primarily source of the annual rainfall for the northeast region of India. Which of the statement is given above is correct? Which statement is correct? Read this question. This is a good question. This is a, you can say this is a good question, and you should respond this question. You should respond this question. What would be the correct answer of this question? The first statement and the second statement. Consider the statement carefully and calmly, and then try to respond. If you studied the mechanism of Indian monsoon, then this is a very easy question. If you have not studied till now, then it is relatively difficult question. So read the question carefully. So please translate in Hindi. Okay. Consider the following statement. Just wait. Okay, so translation of Hindi. This question is related to the northeast monsoon. Northeast monsoon का मतलब यहाँ पे उत्तर पूर्वी मानसून से, उत्तर पूर्वी मानसून से आपको बताना है. It onset occurs subsequent to the withdrawal of the southwest monsoon. यानी इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि जब दक्षिण पश्चिम मानसून वापस जा रहा होता है तब इसकी शुरुआत होती है. यानी ये सतह पर तब आता है या उसी का एक रिजल्ट है जब दक्षिण पश्चिम मानसून वापस जा रहा होता है. पहले स्टेटमेंट का ही मतलब. दूसरे स्टेटमेंट का मतलब है इट इज प्राइमरी सोर्स ऑफ द एनुअल रेनफॉल फॉर नॉर्थ ईस्ट रीजन. यानी इसका ये मतलब है कि ये उत्तर पूर्व भारत के वर्षा का एक प्रमुख स्रोत है. यानी उत्तर पूर्वी भारत में जो वर्षा होती है वो इसी मानसून से होती है. ठीक है, तो पहला स्टेटमेंट आपने देखा कि पहला स्टेटमेंट क्या है कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून यानी उत्तर पूर्व मानसून जो है वो दक्षिण पश्चिम मानसून के वापस जाने का ही एक सब्सिक्वेंट प्रोसेस है, यानी उसी से रिलेटेड एक प्रोसेस है. ठीक है, और दूसरा स्टेटमेंट ये कहता है कि जो उत्तर पूर्व भारत के में वार्षिक वर्षा होती है वो वार्षिक वर्षा में सबसे ज्यादा योगदान इसी मानसून का होता है. अब आप बताओ कि कौन सा कथन सही है. विच स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट रिगार्डिंग दिस नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून. सो व्हाट इज द नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून, यू अंडरस्टैंड? Okay, this is your question. Okay, so understand here, this is India and monsoon winds which are coming from this side, it is called southwest monsoon. The monsoon winds which comes from this side is called southwest monsoon, and the monsoon wind which come through Bay of Bengal is called southeast monsoon. Southeast monsoon. Okay, So southeast monsoon, this is the zone. Southeast monsoon and southwest monsoon. When the southwest monsoon covered the nation and the southeast monsoon covered the nation, during the rainy season, this or entire landmass or the landmass is getting the precipitation. Okay, but during the winter season, when these type of the monsoon or the southwest monsoon or the southeast monsoon is started to retreat, if this monsoon started to retreat, during the retreation from this zone, a monsoon wind started to move in this manner. And this monsoon wind, during the retreation of the monsoon, this is called the northeast monsoon. This is called the northeast monsoon. And this monsoon or this wind is active during the winter season. During the winter season. And due to this monsoon, the Tamil Nadu region and the northern Andhra Pradesh, region get the precipitation. Okay. So this is the northeast monsoon that developed during the retreation of the southwest monsoon. So first statement is correct. First statement is absolutely correct. But this monsoon is or this wind is not responsible for the annual rainfall of you can say the annual rainfall of northeast region, because northeast region get the maximum precipitation during the monsoon season. Although northeast region is the zone where the precipitation will occurring throughout the year, but the maximum rainfall is done by this monsoon, or you can say southeast monsoon, not by the northeast monsoon. So southeast monsoon is responsible for the maximum rainfall in northeast region instead of the northeast. Okay, so this is not correct. So first statement of this question is correct and the second statement is not correct, and on the basis of this you can select A option as a correct answer. Select A option as a correct answer. A is the correct answer of this question. So next question, that is regarding to black soil of India. Read this question carefully and then consider the following statements regarding the black soils in India. Consider the following statements regarding the black soils of India. The first statement is, it covers 20% of total geographic area of country. It is also called as a self-flowing soil. Okay, read this question. Consider that it covers 20% of total geographic area of country. It is also called as self-flowing soil. Which of statement given above is correct? Which statement is correct regarding the black soil? Which statement is correct regarding the black soil? Plowing means जुताई होना, जो जोतते ना tillage, जुताई. I don't know about the first statement and the second is correct. Okay. First statement, you know about that. First statement, 20% of the total geographical area. You know about that. The black soil is stressed, or the black soil is found in the Deccan Trap. In the Deccan Trap. Okay. So Deccan Trap is not a large area. Deccan Trap is extended into some part of the Gujarat, some part of the Maharashtra, and some part of the Karnataka. So maximum area of black soil is found in this region, in this Deccan Trap plateau. Okay. So Deccan Trap is not contributed by the 20%. So red soil contributed approximate 20%, and this is found at the second level. 40% of the area, approximate 40% of the area is covered by the alluvial soil in the nation. Approximate 20% of area is covered by the red soil, and approximate 8 to 10% area. 8 to 10% area is covered with black soil instead of the 20%. So it does not cover the 20% of the area by the black soil. 20%, approximate 20 to 22. Okay, 20 to 22, 23% of the area covered by the red soil, not by black soil. So first statement is not correct. First statement is not correct, and you can guess 20% of the total area is not covered with the black soil because it is found on Deccan Trap region, and Deccan Trap is a small patch in Deccan Plateau. Deccan Trap is basically a small patch in Deccan Plateau, and that is why it is not contributed 20% in total India's area. So first statement is not correct, and the second statement is correct. And this soil has very fine material. This soil consists of fine material, and if any soil consists of fine material, that means their permeability is very low. If their permeability is very low and their water retaining capacity is high, then this type of the soil retain the water for long time period. And when the water dried, their permeability is low. If the water dried, then there is a large cracks will appear on this type of soil, on black soil. If the large cracks will appear, if the large cracks is formed in the black soil, that means there is no requirement, there is no capillary will work, or there is no capillary tubes will develop. And if the capillary tube will not develop, that means there is no requirement of the tillage, there is no requirement of the plowing. Because why we plowing our soils? To break the capillaries. To break the capillaries, we tillage, we doing the plowing in our field. And in this soil, if cracks appears, if cracks develop, then there is no requirement of the tillage, or you can say there is no requirement of the plowing. And that is why this type of soil is called self-plowing soil. Okay. This soil, when this soil get the water, then it becomes the sticky soil. Then it would become very sticky, and when it dried, it develop the many large cracks. Okay, and that is why there is no requirement of the plowing. And on the basis of this, it is also called the self-plowing soil. Only two statement is correct regarding the black soil. Some other important information regarding the black soil. Black soil is useful for the agriculture of the cotton. Okay, and that is why it is also termed as the cotton soil. It is also termed as the cotton soil. And India's maximum cotton is produced in this zone. And cotton is also known as the regur in Kannada language, and that is why it is also called the regur soil. Cotton is also known as the regur in Kannada language, and that is why it is also called the regur soil. Okay, so this is your correct answer of this question. Only 2 is correct. So we should jump on next question. The next question regarding to earth crust. That means this question is related to the geomorphology. Read this question carefully and then try to respond the answer of this question. Consider the following statements regarding crust of the earth. So you have to concentrate, you have to pay attention on the information of crust of earth. This question, the statements are regarding to the crust of the earth. The average density of continental crust is less than the oceanic crust. The average density of the continental crust is less than that of the oceanic crust. First statement. The oceanic crust is thinner than continental crust. Which of the following statement is given is not the correct answer? So here you should pay the attention on here. You have to check which statement is not correct. If you find out the not correct statement, then that on the basis of that not correct, you have to give your answer. So read this question, this statement very carefully, and then try to respond the answer of this question. Okay. So read and then respond. The average density of continental crust is less than that of the oceanic crust. Is this statement is right? Anju, better try to respond. Only 2. Okay. So understand here the concept. I taught this concept in your GC class. In GC Leon class, I taught this concept, and I think you forget that and try to recall here. Okay. There is a crust found on the earth, and crust is formed by the magma. Crust is formed by the magma, and on the basis of the silica present in the magma, we can divide the magma in 2 parts, or we can divide the nature of magma into 2 parts. The magma which has the maximum silica is called the acidic magma, and the magma which consists of less silica is termed as the mafic magma, or you can say basic magma. Okay, basic magma. In acidic magma, there is a percentage of the silica or the silica compound is high, and that is why the percentage of the heavy metals is relatively low. Okay, in the mafic or basic magma, the percentage of the silica or the silica compound is relatively low, and that is why the elements or heavy elements are abundantly present in this magma. Okay, so if any you can say any magma which does not has the heavy metals has the density, high density. Silica does not has, silica is a lighter material, so silica does not has high density. If any crust is formed by the acidic magma, then means, what is the mean of this? This crust is less dense. If this crust is less dense, because there is a less amount of the heavy metal is found, and that is why this is the less dense. And if it is less dense, that means it is a floppy in nature. Okay, so suppose 1 kg of cotton and 1 kg of iron. Cotton consists of lighter material and the iron consists the heavier material. So which has maximum density? So density of the iron is relatively high and density of the cotton is relatively low. But space which has more space. Cotton has the more space because it is fluffy in nature. So if you understand, if any crust is made of by acidic magma, it has the lighter material and it has the less heavier material. And due to the lighter material, its height or its depth, you can say the depth is relatively high, but density is relatively low. You can imagine as a cotton and iron. And on another side, if you understand here, if any crust is made by the basic magma, that means there is a high dense material is found and this is densely found, and the height or you can say the depth of this crust is relatively low. Depth is relatively low, but this is more denser. This is more denser. And on that basis, you can understand a magma which consists more silica, and if the rock is found by the acidic magma, such type rock is called the granite rock. Such type rock is called the granite rock, rhyolite rock, or you can say another type of the rock. And the rock or the magma which condensed or which solidified, it consists of more denser material, and such type magma is called basaltic magma. In general condition, basaltic magma. Okay, so basaltic magma is made by the basaltic crust is made by the mafic magma, and that is why so basalt has the more density. Density, it consists the density more, but height or you can say the depth is not more. Why? You can understand with the example of the cotton and iron. And this crust which is made by the acidic magma, in which the amount of silica is relatively high. So this crust consists or this crust has less density, but the height of this crust is relatively high. Okay, so if this type of the crust is developed on our surface, and after some time this is covered with the water, after the precipitation this is covered with the water, so this crust is called oceanic crust. So this crust is called oceanic crust, and this crust is relatively higher, and that is why this crust is called continental crust. This crust is called continental crust. Now you can understand, if anybody asks you, if any question, it has been asked that the oceanic crust has more dense or the oceanic crust has more density than the continental crust, then your answer should be absolutely it has more density. Why? Because it is made of by mafic magma, and mafic magma has more heavier material like silica, like the iron and nickel. And continental crust has less density than the oceanic crust. Absolutely, it is the correct answer, because it has more silica amount, it has the more silica percentage, so it does not has more heavy metals, and that is why it is floppy in nature, and that is why height is relatively more, but density is not high. Okay, so height is more, depth is more, but relatively the density is low. Now jump to the question and now read the question. The average density of continental crust is less than the oceanic crust. Absolutely correct. Okay, now you can understand here, you can check this statement again. Now the first statement is absolutely correct. The oceanic crust is thinner than the continental crust. Now again go to this diagram. You find that the oceanic crust is thin than the continental crust. So statement number 2 is also correct. So both statements are correct, but you have to find out the which statement is not correct. That means there is no any statement that is not correct. So your answer should be neither one is not correct or neither two is not correct. Both statements are correct. Okay, and you have to find out not correct. So your answer should be D option. Option D is correct answer of this question. Understood here? Anju. Okay. Okay. Now, next question. Consider about the next question. What would be the correct answer of this question? Consider the following statements regarding the igneous rocks. First statement, the acid igneous rocks are highly dense and darker in color. The basic igneous rocks are less dense and lighter in color. Which of the following statement given is not correct? Read this question carefully and then try to respond. Consider the following statements regarding the igneous rock. The acid igneous rock are highly dense and darker in color. Okay. The basic igneous rock are less dense and lighter in color. Which of the statement given is not correct? Okay. So igneous rock. You know about the igneous rock. Igneous rocks are the primary rock which is found on the earth. That means this is the rock or the igneous rock are the rocks which are primarily developed on the earth's surface when earth was in the phase of the solidification. Okay. Previously earth was in liquid condition. Earth was a fireball. And when earth started to cool down, earth started to solidify it, then the first time the rock which was developed, that is called the igneous rock. Igneous rock was basically developed by the cooling of magma. This igneous rock was basically developed by the cooling of the magma. And as in previous question we have discussed, there is a two type of the magma on the basis of the presence of the silica, acidic and the mafic, or you can say the basic magma. Acidic and basic magma. Acidic magma has more amount of the silica, and silica is basically a lighter material, and silica has light in color, and that is why this Silica is basically light in nature, light in color. Okay, and silica has this rock has maximum amount of the silica, and silica is present, and that is why the heavy metals in which iron is found, iron or nickel, which are darker in color, it has less amount, it has less contribution in the acidic magma. And if there is a mafic magma has the less amount of the silica, and that is why it has the more amount of the nickel, iron, and such type heavy metals. And nickel, iron, or such type heavy metals has darker in color, and that is why this mafic magma has dark in nature, and this acidic magma is light in nature. It is light in nature, and this is dark in nature. If this acidic magma will deposit, if this acidic magma is started to cool down, then it would make the igneous rock, which is developed by the acidic magma. If acidic magma will develop, then such type igneous rock will such type igneous rock has some features of light in nature, light in color, light in nature, as well as light in color. Okay, in nature it was also light, in weight it was also light, but in color it is also light, because you know what are the reason. In mafic magma, if the mafic magma started to cool down and it converts into any rock, then any rock which made by the mafic magma has a more such type element, and such type element darker in nature, and that is why it is dark in color. Dark in color, although, and as well as it also heavier in nature. Okay, high density is also high in nature. So these are the important things. These are the things. Now read the question again. The acid igneous rock are highly dense and darker. No, acid igneous rock is not highly dense. It is less dense and not darker. It is lighter in nature. It is lighter in nature, not darker. Okay. And the basic igneous rock are less dense. No, it is highly dense. And it is not lighter, it is the darker. So both are wrong statement. Both are wrong statement, and you have to find out which is the not correct. So both are not correct. Both are not correct. So feature is inverted or feature is interchange. You interchange the feature of this, then you will get the correct statement. Okay, acidic igneous rock less dense and lighter in nature, and the basic igneous rock is highly dense and lighter and heavier, or you can say highly dense and darker in nature. Okay, so which of the statement is correct? According to this question, both are wrong. So your answer should be D. But what is the correct statement? If you interchange the features, then you will get the correct answer of this. Okay, both are opposite. Yes, exactly, Ranjan. Vani, hello sir, hello. Okay, now, so we should move on the next question. So next question is a factual question. Read this question and then reply. Vani, hello sir, hello. Okay, where is the Kilayu volcano? Mount Kilayu. Indonesia, Argentina, Japan, and Hawaii. Where is the Hawaii? Firstly, you should know about the where is the Indonesia, where is the Argentina, where is the Japan, what are the locations of these sites. So use the map. And I think you have Oxford Student Atlas. If you don't have, then please purchase. Student, purchase the student, don't purchase the school. Okay, so purchase the Oxford Student, not the Oxford School. So it is not good for you. So when you start to start to study geography, always keep your atlas with you. Okay, always keep atlas with you, because without atlas there is no study of geography. Okay, atlas has a very important role in the study or understanding of the geography. Okay, so geography, during the preparation of the geography, you should always keep your atlas with you. So where is Mount Kilayu volcano is located? Kilayu. Mount Kilayu. Where is the Mount Kilayu? Mount Kilayu is located in the Hawaii. Mount Kilayu is located in Hawaii. Where is the Hawaii? Where is the Hawaii? So, if this is the North American continent, you know, in the North American continent, it is the country that is called Canada, and this is the nation that is called the USA. So, USA has an island in the Pacific Ocean. USA has an island that is located in the Pacific Ocean, and this island is called Hawaii. This island is called Hawaii, and the capital of this Hawaii is Honolulu. Okay, this is the capital, and this Hawaii island is basically a volcano island. This Hawaii island is basically a volcanic island. This is an volcanic island, and the Mount Kilayu is located in this region. This Hawaii island is also useful for agriculture. Okay, it is useful for agriculture. So it is an important island of US. Okay, so Hawaii is not any country. Hawaii is the part of the US. Hawaii is not any country. Hawaii is the part of USA. So now, move to the next question. Next question is related to the Himalayan zone. Next question is related to Himalayas. Arrange the following Himalayan range from south to north. From south to north. So points where you should pay attention in your examination. There is a no from north to south. Okay, there is a no from north to south. In question, it has been asked from south to north. Many times we do mistake here. Read this question and then respond. Pir Panjal range, Ladakh range, Jaskar range, Karakoram range. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Okay, Ladakh range. So, look here. Pir Panjal Pir Panjal, Ladakh, Jaskar and Karakoram. You know, here is a Karakoram range. Karakoram is the part of the Trans-Himalaya, and then here is the Ladakh range. It is the second important range of the Trans-Himalaya, and here is a Jaskar range. That is the third important range in India, which is related to the Trans-Himalaya. And then after, Greater Himalaya started, and after the Greater Himalaya, there is a Middle Himalaya part. There is a Middle Himalaya, or you can say the Lesser Himalaya. And Lesser Himalaya is known as the Pir Panjal range. Lesser Himalaya is also known as the Pir Panjal range in Jammu and Kashmir. So this section of the Lesser Himalaya, that is called the Pir Panjal range. This is called the Pir Panjal. So now you can arrange. Okay. So firstly, at the first number, you should put the Pir Panjal, because you are in question. You have to reply. You have to answer from south to north. So first in the south, that is the Pir Panjal. Where is the Pir Panjal? At the number 1. Pir Panjal at the first. And after that, when you move from south to north, you will get Jaskar. At the second point, Jaskar. That means 1 and then 3. Okay. And when we move from Jaskar to next to north, then you will get the Ladakh. Where is the Ladakh? 2. And after Ladakh, the one at the northernmost, there is a Karakoram. That is the 4. So 1, 3 and 2, 4. 1, 3, 2, 4 is the correct answer, and on the basis, the correct answer of the question is B. The correct answer of this question is B. काराकोरम फर्स्ट है नॉर्थ से, बाकी में कंफ्यूज. ठीक है, तो काराकोरम फर्स्ट है, देन लद्दाख है, देन जास्कर है, और देन जो है वो पीर पंजाल है. तो बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. Now, jump to the next question. Question number. Next question. Read this question carefully and then respond. Okay, consider the following statements. An aquifer is a body of porous rocks saturated with the groundwater. An artesian well does not require a pump to bring water to the surface. Read the question. An aquifer is a body of the porous rock saturated with the groundwater. An artesian well does not require a pump to bring water to surface. Which of the following statement given is are correct? You have to find out the correct statement. First is correct. Second, please translate in Hindi. Second is the artesian well. जो कूप होते हैं, कुएं होते हैं, इनमें पानी को ऊपर लाने के लिए या पानी ऊपर आने के लिए किसी भी पंप की जरूरत नहीं होती, यानी उसको बाहर खींचने की जरूरत नहीं होती, वो अपने आप आता है। ठीक है, इसमें किसी पंप की जरूरत नहीं होती है, ये पूछा गया है।
नहीं फिर अनब्लॉक है, तुमने अनब्लॉक कर दिया, मैंने कहा खुशबू को अनब्लॉक करो, तो तुम्हारे तायरा खान को कर दिया।
देखो यहाँ पे, artesian well does not require a pump to bring water to surface.
और खुशबू तिवारी को अनब्लॉक।
Artesian well, this statement is not completely correct. This statement is not completely correct or not completely incorrect. Sometimes when the water pressure is not sufficient, then there is a requirement to pump the water from ground surface. In geyser there is no requirement to pump the water from below. But in wells, sometimes there is a requirement to pump the water from below to outward. Okay, and this is also the important feature that I taught in your GC Lyon class. Okay, so second statement is not correct completely, so you can remove this statement and you can consider it as a false statement. Only one statement is correct. Aquifers are the rocks or body of porous rock saturated with the water. Okay, so next question, next question, you should read the next question and then try to respond. This is question of matching. Which of the following is correctly matched? Mountain, hill range and continent. One side there is a mountain hill range and another side is continent. One Atlas mountain range in Africa, in New England range in Australia and Cantabrian mountain in Europe. Select the correct answer using the given code given below. Which is the correctly match? Which is the correctly match? These are the name of the mountains and their location. This is the name of the mountain and where these mountains are located. You should match this. What is which pair is the correctly matched? Which pair is correctly matched? You have to find out. Atlas mountain. What is the location of the Atlas mountain? Cantabrian mountain. What is the location of the Cantabrian mountain? And the New England range. What is the location of the New England range? What would be the correct answer? Respond. What would be the correct answer of this question? So, read here. The first question, the first statement, Atlas Mountain. Atlas Mountain is a folded mountain that is located on the northwestern part of the Africa. This is located in the northwestern part of the Africa. So, this is location of the Atlas Mountain. So, first pair is correctly matched. Yes, this range is in Africa, Morocco and the other countries. The second, New England range, Australia. New England range is located in the Great Dividing Range. Great Dividing Range. And this Great Dividing Range in Australia, and this New England range is also called New England Tableland. Okay, so New England Tableland or New England range. If question will ask in related to New England tableland or New England range, then you should think about the this zone, or in Australia, Great Dividing Range zone. So second statement is also correctly matched. The third, Cantabrian Mountain in Europe. Yes, Cantabrian Mountain is located in the Spain, and Spain is the country of the Europe. So it is also correctly matched. So all three is correctly matched. So your D is correct answer. D is the correct answer of this question. Okay, D is correct answer of this question. So now we should move on the next question. Read the question number, read the next question, and then try to respond correctly. Okay. Consider the following statements regarding the earthquake waves. Consider the following statements regarding the earthquake waves. And you know, earthquake is generated due to the seismic waves. Earthquake generated, or when the earthquake generation is taking place, then there is an emission of the seismic waves. And that seismic waves is categorized into two parts. The first is body wave, and the second is surface wave. In body wave, there are two waves. One is the P wave and second is the S wave. And in surface wave, there is a L wave. Okay. And further, L wave is categorized into two parts, Rayleigh waves and Love waves. But there is a question. Here is a question. And question is related to the P wave. Question is related to P wave. Consider the following statements regarding the earthquake waves. First is P waves move faster and are the first to arrive at surface. P waves travel through solid only. Which of the statement given above is correct? Okay, which is the correct statement? So read and try to respond. Read and then try to respond. Second. Okay, so focus here. If it is the earth surface and the point from where earthquake originated, this point is called the focus. Okay, when energy emitted or the energy moved from in the form of the seismic wave, so first wave which generated from any focus, that is called the P wave. That is called the P wave. Okay, so first generated seismic wave is called P wave, and after this first wave, the second wave generated, and this second wave is called secondary wave, or you can say S wave. So what is the meaning of the P wave? P wave means primary wave. P wave means primary wave. Okay, so primary wave. Why primary wave? Because it generated primarily from focus. And what are the features of this primary wave? The speed of the primary wave is maximum. Speed is maximum. Okay, speed is maximum. That means if the speed is maximum and it originates firstly, then it reaches at the surface firstly. Okay, so it reaches the surface at, or firstly it reaches on the surface. So the first seismic wave which reach to the surface, that is the P wave. Okay, so reach to surface firstly. Okay, this is the important feature. And the another feature, it can move in all type of medium. It can move in all type of medium and behaves like the sound wave. So you know that the sound wave also can move in all type of the medium. So there is no restriction that it only can be moved in solid. It can move in all type of the medium. Okay, so this is the important feature of the P wave. Now after the P wave, the S wave originated. So S wave reaches to the surface after the P wave, and the S wave has less speed than the P wave. It has less speed than the P wave, and it reaches to the surface after the P wave. It reaches to surface after P wave. One distinct feature, one important feature of this wave is it can move only in solid medium. It can move only in solid medium. That means it cannot move in liquid or in gaseous medium. So this is the feature of the S wave. This is not the feature of the P wave. This is the feature of the S wave. This is not the feature of the P wave. So first statement, P wave move faster and are the first to arrive at the surface. It is absolutely correct statement. This is the absolutely correct statement. But P wave travel through the solid only. This is the feature of the S wave, not the P wave. So this statement is not correct. So only one is the correct statement regarding this question. Okay, so only one is correct, and in your question you have to find out the correct. So your answer should be A. Your answer should be A. If there is a not correct in question, then your answer should be B. But answer is A. Now, next question. Which of the following oceanic current is called as black stream? Which of the oceanic current is called as black stream? Which of the oceanic current is called black stream? Important. Gulf Stream current, Labrador current, Kuroshio current, and Alaska current. Black stream, oceanic current. This topic is related to the oceanic current. Oceanic current is very important topic for your examination in the oceanography. So, which of the oceanic current is called the black current? Okay, so Gulf Stream. Firstly, you should know about the location of these streams or these currents. Gulf Stream is the current of the North Atlantic Ocean. This is the North Atlantic Ocean. Current of the North Atlantic Ocean. Labrador current. Labrador current is also the current of the North Atlantic current. Okay, Kuroshio is the current of the North Pacific. Alaska current is also current of the North Pacific. North Pacific current. Okay, Gulf Stream is the warm current. Gulf Stream and warm current, and cold Labrador current is the cold current. And the zone where these two currents merges, or when these two current meets, this is the zone of the fishing. This is the zone of fishing. That means when the cold and warm current meets, or the meeting or the merging point of the cold and warm current is the suitable zone for the fishing, because there is a abundant amount of the phytoplankton is found, and phytoplankton provide the food for the fishes, and that is why this is a favorable zone for fish habitation. Okay, so Gulf Stream and this is all streams are important, but Black Stream is basically the Kuroshio. Why this is called the Black Stream? Because this is a very strong current. This is very strong current, and a lot of the water, a lot of the dark water, that means the blue dark water is moving in this oceanic current, and due to the lot of the blue dark water, it appears as a blackish, and that is why it is called the Black Oceanic current, and that is why it is called Black Oceanic current. So this is called, C is the correct answer of this question. Black Kuroshio is termed as the Black Stream. It terms as the Black Stream. Okay, so what is the correct answer of this question? This is the Black Stream. Okay, so guys, in today's session we have discussed some important question, some relevant question, that is that on the basis of that question you can assess yourself which topic you have discussed or which topic you have covered. Can you could you able to solve the question on the back on that particular topics? If you are able, that means it will boost your confidence. If you are not able, that means there is a requirement to do hard work with that particular topics. Okay, so question answer or the MCQs are the way to assessment your preparation, and don't be demoralized after wrong answer. Always try to make confidence, try to build confidence after the wrong answer. There, keep in your mind to how we make the strong that points which you did wrong in during the question answer. Okay, so try to solve the questions, try to solve maximum question, and then go your topic, revise the topic, and what mistakes you have done during the question solving, you remove that mistakes, and that is why you do not never mistakes that you never repeat that mistake in your examination, because your main war zone is your examination, not here. This is your practice session. So during the practice session you should learn what are your mistakes and never repeat that mistakes during your examination in examination hall. Okay, so this channel is completely channel that is dedicated to English medium aspirants which are preparing for English for civil services, and especially the persons or the aspirants which are not confident in completely in English and they want to switch into English medium from Hindi medium. They also join this session, and this they also join this this YouTube channel, and this YouTube channel is very useful for such candidates. Okay, so I think this is a very important thing to understand, to assess yourself through the different means or the different modes. Okay, and once again our NCERT batch in Hindi is running now at the ISPCs by Exampur YouTube channel, and that you can take the demos of the mantras batch, and after the demo, this batch is completely will shift on the application. And application, you should join the application Exampur official application, and on that application you will get many important distinct features, and that features will provide you many things like the quizzes, like a test with assessment or result, and all PDFs, all previous year question paper, current affairs, or the current things currently, that means weekly, monthly, and daily current affairs. These are very essential thing for the present time or the nowadays preparation. Okay, so you should join this session. You should join this YouTube channel. If you not subscribed till now this YouTube channel, so please subscribe this YouTube channel and like this session, share this session. What you feel, have you enjoyed this session? And if you enjoyed this session, then share this session to your friends, and comment in offline comment box what is your if you have any problem, if you have any doubt, you can put your doubt in the offline comment box. Okay, so one question is here, जब हवाई वोल्केनिक जोन है तो वहां एग्रीकल्चर कैसे पॉसिबल है? हवाईयन आइलैंड इज कंप्लीटली वोल्केनिक आइलैंड. वोल्केनिक आइलैंड में वहां पे एग्रीकल्चर यानी अभी का नहीं है, वो बहुत पहले का बना हुआ है, और बहुत पहले का बना हुआ, तो अभी भी वहां पे कुछ ऐसे जो रॉक्स हैं, उन रॉक्स पे जो सॉइल का फॉर्मेशन हुआ है वहां पे एग्रीकल्चर किया जाता है. जैसे अंडमान निकोबार इज ऑल्सो वोल्केनिक आइलैंड, और अंडमान निकोबार आप जाओगे तो वहां पे बहुत डेंस फॉरेस्ट आपको मिलेगा, एग्रीकल्चरल एक्टिविटीज की हो जाती है. तो अगर आपके पास में कहीं पर इस टाइप के आइलैंड है, आपके पास में टेक्नोलॉजी है, देन यू आर एबल टू डू एग्रीकल्चरल एक्टिविटीज. Okay, so I think you enjoyed this session. Now we will make into next session. Thank you so much. Okay, so do not forget to subscribe this channel. Thanks a lot.